So massive 3 points. We scored a goal and kept a clean sheet. You must be delighted with that performance, particularly.
Yeah, really pleased for the group first of all. It's been a tough few weeks, but I'm really pleased for them in there, and coming away and winning 1-0 is just how we wanted it. And let's move on to Leicester next week.
So how do you feel personally, and some of the lads in the dressing room? It must feel like a weight's been lifted off your shoulder now. How do you personally feel following that?
Yeah, I think sometimes in football you have these moments where if you keep believing, and one thing I've always believed in over the last few weeks is that the group will deliver, and we stuck with it. And today, Alex getting a goal was massive, and I think the actual team keeping a clean sheet, they're all positives basically that'll help us going forward in these last 3 games.
And then just to touch on tactically, as usual, the players showed a lot of heart and desire, especially at the end, putting their bodies on the line. But tactically, we changed shape today. 3 at the back or 5 at the back, however you want to say it. We seemed, performance-wise, it seemed exceptionally good, not just because of the win, but I guess what were your thoughts in changing shape? Was it the opposition or was it recent games?
I think it was a bit of both. I mean, it was a game that we had to win. We came here to win the game, which was clear. I just felt that basically we could hurt them by changing shape, which we did. It would take a lot of hard work, but I just believe basically that the timing was right to make that change, and luckily it's paid off for us today.
Then from a squad point of view, we stuck with that shape throughout. It clearly worked. Players were playing in different positions. You had to take Matty Fullaway off at half time. I presume that's from an injury, and how is he as we look to the last 3 games?
Yeah, unfortunately we had to change it. It was no good to come out second half. I don't know how he is basically. We'll assess it and we'll have a look at him on Monday, but hopefully he'll be back for Saturday. But yeah, the changes, we don't necessarily, it's difficult at times in a game when you make so many changes on the pitch, but I spoke to the boys and made them aware that was the changes I'd make, so at least everyone was comfortable with that change, and I just felt basically we just slipped into it and we were very good.
So then looking ahead, I know we always say 1 game at a time, but 3 games to go. How important is it to carry that? I suppose silly question really, but how important now is that next game on Saturday against Leicester when we've only got just the 3 games to go?
Yeah, I mean, look, it'll be another tough game. Leicester basically are probably in a false position. I don't know how they've got on today, but they will come to our place next Saturday to win the game. So we've just got to prepare well, focus. We'll enjoy tonight, obviously, but then we're back in Monday, ready to go again, preparing for Leicester.
Final question, I just wanted to touch on the fans today. They were in full voice throughout, clearly enjoyed the win as well. It was nice at the end, everyone congratulating each other. Obviously it's not been easy for anyone involved with the club recently, but how important was their support today, and did they cheer you over the line, especially in the last 10 minutes?
Look, I said to the boys before the game, I says the fans would travel today in the numbers, which they did. We had to make sure basically that we show the level of commitment that these supporters show each game. And look, it was big for the group to win, big for the football, but being a local derby, that's one for the fans, and at least they can go home tonight happy knowing that we've come here and beat the form team and kept a clean sheet. So yeah, really pleased with the support, and I'd ask them again Saturday now, Leiston at home, please come out and support us, stay with us, because you really need to be our 12th man like you have been all season.
So what feels like a huge 3 points, you must be pretty happy with that, but how did you felt the team played today?
Class, adapted to the new shape really well. It's tough game, it's just a tough place to go, but I feel like we dealt with them quite well.
You mentioned the tactical change. I wanted to touch on that. 3 at the back, you still played up top in the 2. Obviously we got the win, but performance-wise seemed a lot better.
Much better.
How did you react to playing in that new shape, and I guess how do the players adapt when you're told you're playing in a new shape?
When we changed shape, I felt like we had a lot more space. There was a lot more players up the pitch to support the strikers. And we're in the diamond, I think we were a bit too narrow, so we isolated on our own up top. But yeah, when we've changed and we've got more options up top, it's way better, and we created more. As you can see, it looks a lot more of a threat.
So creating more, you got the all-important goal today that sealed the 3 points.
Just a bit.
You must be, no matter how it goes in, as long as it goes over the line.
Exactly.
You must be delighted with that. A bit of a weight off your shoulders as such.
100%. I was in a little bit of a goal drought, to be fair, and I needed a bit of luck to happen. But obviously, I tried to be unselfish and give it to someone else, but still come back to me. So yeah, delighted, to be fair.
So moving on, we've only got 3 games left. Obviously, with the 3 points, everyone's a bit more positive now, and it's still doable. How do the players feel now in terms of atmosphere?
Everyone's a lot, like you said. The weight's lifted off our shoulders now. We know we've got tough games coming up. The fans are still behind us. It's a lot more positive than it was. So, but obviously, nothing's done yet. We've still got is it 3 or 4 games, 3 games left. But yeah, 3 last big pushes, and then hopefully we get what we deserve.
So how do you take that momentum and that confidence that it's now going to give you into next Saturday's game, and we're at home as well?
Well, like you said, we're at home. A lot more fans will be there for us. We'll train hard Thursday, like we always do, and Monday, I think. So train hard and put a performance in like today, and we should be fine.